Let's go get some boba. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Tea Time with the Boba Baddie, featuring your host, Nikki, which is me. And this is the first pod of 2021, which is super exciting. And I know you guys have all been requesting for me to have guests on here, and now I finally do have one. So I'm going to kick off this year with an episode with one of my very good friends, Karen. You can introduce yourself right now.
Hi, my name is Karen. Nikki and I have been friends since 2016, right? Yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
So since we were freshmen, we both went to MCHS together. Um, and now I am currently a student at UC Berkeley as a first year, with hopefully, fingers crossed, majoring in political science by spring. So, yeah.
Yeah. So how has life changed for you since middle college? I mean, even like before that, like what were your thoughts on middle college once we finally graduated?
Hi, geez. Um, Uh, I, I think I mentioned this to you, but I remember when I was still a high schooler at MCHS, I was thinking about graduation sometimes, and it'd be like very bittersweet, as in like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it'd be so sad, I'm like leaving my friends, and I'm gonna have to like move into this like new environment that I don't know, which is like the 4 year college that I would go to,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know what it was, like maybe it was just the fact that we graduated like on YouTube, like without anyone around us.
Yeah.
But the second that we graduated, I was like, bye, I'm out. See y'all later, or see y'all never even. Like, I, I'm out. Peace.
No,
Um,
like I felt that. Yeah, that was the same thing that I thought when we graduated.
yeah, and like also once like we graduated, I also realized how much drama there was in MCHS.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. For sure.
yeah, like I wasn't embroiled in like most of it.
Uh-huh.
It was more of just me like just hearing from other people what was happening. But like it's like MCHS gives me small town vibes where like it's a small school but everybody knows everything about each other, and there's
Yeah.
like a lot of drama like coming out of that, and so like it felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders once like all of the drama was like weighing down on me and I had no idea until I graduated.
Oh my God, I felt that. No, like but even like when we started going to high school online, like when everything transitioned over,
Mm-hmm.
like I just knew something like bad, not bad was gonna happen, but like I thought that we were all very close. Like people would even say that our class was one of the most like united classes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I haven't really talked to that many people from like high school as often as I wanted to, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you do bring up a good point. Yeah, I don't really talk to that many people anymore. Like occasionally I'll like comment on someone's post or like
Mm-hmm.
talk to them on Snap or something. Um yeah, no, but that I think that made me realize like or like, being online made me realize how many of my friends were like friends by circumstance, meaning that like, if we
Yeah.
were together, then like it'd be great and it'd be awesome. But like if we drift apart, like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that like the connection just doesn't continue, and that's okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Like, I feel like we even went through this, like, even through elementary school, or because I don't know if you went to elementary school at the same middle school you were at. I'm not too sure.
No, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah, but it's kind of like we go through this like every big, I guess, step in like our school lives from elementary to middle and then middle to high school. It's like we feel like the friends that we made are going to like be there forever. And sometimes, like they do stay there forever or stay for longer. But then how everything kind of cut when we all started going online, I was taken like back so like much because some of the people that like I always hung out with, I didn't hang out with them anymore. And, kind of thinking to myself that like was the only reason why we were close is because we were in person, you know?
Mm,
Yeah, but
yeah, yeah. Um, For me, I'm very fortunate to have. I still hang out with my core group of friends, which is like three people. It's Sal, Kelly, and Sean. Like we still talk to each other. But like I think most of like everybody else
Mm-hmm.
that I was friends with, um, like I was thinking about it later and I realized like I was friends with them because like we talked before like history or whatever class it was,
Yeah.
or like we talked because yeah, you're right. Like we talked because we were in person, and that didn't continue
Mm-hmm.
once um, once we moved to online. But I don't think I think it's like a cordial relationship. Like we no one hates each other, but no one's like running to hang out with
Yeah,
each
for
other.
sure. No one hates each other. I feel like we should get that out in the open that like
Yeah.
no one hates each other. I mean, I can't speak for everyone with everyone else's friendships from high school, but as for me, yeah, I don't hate anyone because I like throughout this year, I kind of just made myself, realize that, you know, as much as I'm doing my own thing and I have my own plans and I have my own like agenda throughout the day, other people have that same thing going on in their lives. So like me being upset, like, oh, why is no one talking to me, or whatever. Like they're probably just busy. They have their own things going on. So that's just something that I kind
Yeah.
of just had to get used to.
hmm And also, the way I like to think about it is that like in college, once we actually go to college, um,
Yeah,
we'll make friends more based off of our interests and like based off of our major.
very
So there's
true.
more
Yeah.
potential for like longer lasting relationships based off of like a better roots, I guess, because like in high school we were kind of friends like everybody was friends with each other because of circumstance. In college, it's not really like that anymore. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we could both agree that like well, because our high school experience was different than other people's high school experiences, because we took college classes while we were in high school.
hmm
But like, the change from doing community college classes to a 4 year was definitely a time for me. I don't know about you.
Oh my god. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I kind of still have roots in Delta, our community college that we went
Mm-hmm.
to, because I started working as what's the official like embedded tutor where like I sit in these remedial English classes, and I help students like write their essays or like go over their assignments and whatever. And I'm still doing that. Luckily because Delta has been gracious enough to not fire anybody during the pandemic,
Yeah.
um, and we're just doing it on Zoom now. Um, but with that said, like um, I definitely feel like I don't want to say it's easier, but it kind of is
It kind
easier.
of is.
Like like I don't know, like the standards for I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
Word it in a way that won't get you fined.
Like I don't want to say like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just trying to figure out like what my thoughts
Yeah.
are. Okay, moving away from the fact that I have a job at Delta. When I was just a student at Delta, um, like a lot of the English classes, for example,
Mm-hmm.
like I felt like I could kind of just BS it and like do the essay like the day
Yeah,
before
for
and then
sure.
still get
For
an A.
sure. Yeah.
And then but then now like even like during fall I took political science in intro to international relations. And that's not an English class, right? But that was so hard to like because the midterms and finals were essays and
Yeah.
the standards were so high for writing. I was like, this is crazy. This isn't even an English class.
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, same with like my psych class. I had to do like this whole paper and stuff, and I was like, intro to psych, and I'm doing this really intense paper. And I like, yeah, like
Mhm.
I felt like my or not my standards, but my expectations going into a 4 year, like I was thinking, since we had that college prep, college is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of us thought after graduating. But a lot of us also
Yeah.
agree that it is not like that. So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tying back to my job, like like because because I do my job relatively well, um, at helping people write their essays and whatnot. Like in my head, I was like, I'm a good English writer. Like I got this. Like anything involving reading will be a breeze.
Yeah.
But then I, along with political science, I also took intro to sociology,
Hmm.
and that is also both of those classes are very reading intensive, and that those two classes like knocked me down so much. Like it humbled me because I was like, oh my god, the reading is so complicated. like I don't know if community college like would have, could have, or did. Yeah, community college didn't really prepare me for how intense the
Yeah,
readings were
for
going to be.
sure. I definitely agree with that. But, like going into our fall semester, it definitely wasn't what a lot of us were expecting, especially because we were online too. Like, how was that for you? Because um, you didn't dorm your first year. Because I know some people did at certain colleges, but
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was planning to dorm at Berkeley for some time.
mhm.
Um, what was it? The initial plan was I was supposed to move in with my friends Kelly and Sal, and we were all going to live in a triple. But then Berkeley was like, no, we're only doing doubles. And so we were like, okay. So we split ourselves up, and then I found another roommate. And then Berkeley was then like, no, now we're just doing like one person has one room.
Mhm.
And then at that point, I think was when I was like, because the reason why they made everybody just like one room per person was because cases were rising,
Yes.
COVID cases were rising, and so then I was like, you know what, I don't think it's worth it to like pay money to sit in a dorm by myself all day. um,
Kind of true.
yeah, so yeah, so that's why I didn't end up dorming. Um, it was pretty hard for me in the beginning because I wasn't used to sitting down in one place the entire day and not move, with the exception of like eating lunch
Yeah.
for
I,
school. How about you?
yeah, same for me. For me, I don't know, because I was planning on doing like, stuff in the morning, kind of how we used to do in high school, how our classes would be in the morning. But I ended up taking
Mm-hmm.
a language class. I took Tagalog, and um, that ended up being like during the afternoon. So then I'd have a huge break in between, and it's like I don't really have anything else to do. There's not like places are still closed and all that. Like I couldn't do too much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I had this like I'd wake up 7:30 for a lab class, and then after an hour I'm already up, so I like start my day, but then I realized that there's not really much to do. But yeah, like it's
Mm-hmm.
just been kind of like boring. It's not what I really envisioned college would be like for our first year.
Yeah, actually, are you a morning person?
I don't even know what type of person I am. Because I'm like, if I'm not a morning person, then like I'm like a night type of person. But like during the night, I'm like, I don't know if I enjoy this. I don't know.
Okay, so we can say that you're like a normal, a, like the ideal person where like you're not up too early or not up too late. I asked that because like you mentioned that you take a 7:30 class. Um, but I know like there's this thing where like 8 a.m. classes are a killer because no one wakes up in time for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like because in high school, like a lot of people go to school at like 7:30 or 8 in the
Yeah.
morning. But for some reason, once you like go to college, you think like, oh, I can still do that. Like that's fine. But then like historically, people end up like sleeping through those classes.
Yeah.
Um, because it's so late and like something switches in our bodies where we're like we're not waking up at 7:30 anymore. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I took a 9:30 class and I could barely wake up for that. So
Really?
it's very impressive that you took a
I'm
7:30
like, I
class.
was forcing myself to get up at 7:30, or I like wake up. I put my alarm at 7 in hopes that I'd at least be able to get out of bed and try to like wash my face and wake myself up to pay attention at 7:30,
Mm-hmm.
because that was anatomy, and I feel like anatomy has no business being that early in the day. Like I was really killing myself in that class, but I still got through it. But yeah, like fall semester was definitely a time because not much to do other than class, and especially when you're living at home. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I'd see people who live on campus, like some other freshmen from San Jose State, and like after they'd have like whatever class, they go hang out with their friends, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to do that so bad, but like everyone's just been home here, so
Yeah, yeah, same. Actually, the San Jose State have like a testing system for COVID where like you have to go get tested if you're on campus
I
or something.
think they do. I'm not too sure because I haven't really asked anyone in depth about like, do you guys test or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
they seem to be doing fine. I don't know. They seem to be doing fine. So I'm gonna just trust that they're doing okay. But
Nice.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I know at Berkeley they're very like strict with testing. Like apparently you have to go like twice a week to
Oh,
go get a Q-tip shoved up your nose
yeah.
for to get tested for COVID. Um, and so yeah, one of my friends who's dorming right now, actually, a couple of my friends who's dorming right now, they say that it's relatively safe over there.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously you can't go like party it out like
True.
pre-COVID, but because you're getting tested like twice a week, if you do end up catching COVID between the times that you get tested, like they're gonna catch it early enough so that they can like safely quarantine you,
Yeah.
and all of that
Yeah,
jazz.
exactly. I've been throughout kind of like this whole semester and even recently I've been like looking at other people who have like started dorming, like other freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like this one guy, he goes to like NYU, and I think another girl that goes to like Cornell and stuff, and just seeing how they're handling it over there, which is pretty safe. Like they're handling it really good. I don't know about like other people who go to school with them, but it seems like pretty safe and they're doing the right thing. So,
Yeah, yeah. I was expecting more. I don't know. I was expecting like a big outbreak
yeah.
because like I was assuming that people would just go party and like not care. But it's nice to see that at least for Berkeley, like people do care and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna hang out with you, because it's COVID.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to see that. With the exception of frats, I know like there was an outbreak at some point because of
Yeah.
frat parties and everybody was like, oh my god, why?
No, yeah, like I've like heard about like some stuff like that, and you know, we just got to be smart out here because like the sooner that we're like smart about like everything and practicing like good habits of like who to hang out with, like we'll always have the time to hang out with our friends and stuff. It's just not right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been disheartening to see people like start to hang out again. I mean, I'll be completely honest. Like during this whole quarantine period since March, I haven't always been like the
Yeah.
best at social distancing. I have hung out with friends a couple of times, but like during like the very peaks, like I was like, nah, we're not doing
Yeah.
this. Um, but it's been disheartening to see people like in general like they're laxer about it now, about social distancing now than ever before, which is crazy because we're in our like third
Yeah.
peak or something, and it's worse than all the other
Yeah,
peaks.
for sure.
And like I don't know, have you gone to Sherwood and the
The
other
other
mall?
mall.
Like the parking lots are what
Yeah.
Weberstown, the parking lots are
Yeah,
packed,
I
and I
drive
was like,
past and I'm
why?
like, what is going on? I don't think there's that good of a sale for people just to be out.
Actually, speaking of sale, when my mom was still
Hmm.
working, one of her customers was like, "Oh yeah, this is like when I think it was Black Friday or like whatever sale that Bath and Body Works was having. It was apparently a really
Hmm.
good one because her customer waited for like 3 hours
Oh
or
my
something to get
God.
some stuff from there, and I was like, bro, how good is the soap,
How
man?
good is the soap?
Like, what are they putting in the soap? Like, why are you waiting 3 hours for some soap?
Oh my God. But yeah, it's been crazy. Like, especially at our mall here. Like, it's been crazy and unnecessarily like crazy because there's like just people just honestly wanting to get out and walk around. But, I feel like you can just kind of walk
Mm-hmm.
around at a park, you know? It's like, it's more, I feel like walking around in a park is safer, in my opinion, than like walking around in a mall because it's kind of like closed in, like the mall is kind of closed
Mm-hmm.
in. But like when you're outside and social distancing from everyone else, you can still get that type of like fresh air and, like walking, exercising, that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you bring up like walking around in a mall, which is interesting because I
We
remember like in
always
high
walk
school,
around the
I
mall.
used to do that a lot.
Those are the times.
Yeah, or like we'd go into like Barnes and Noble, like we wouldn't buy
Just walk
anything. We would
around.
just go in and like, yeah. But now it's like it's crazy to even think about doing that because it's like, oh my god, it's so gross because everybody's like in this insulated space and yada
Yeah,
yada.
no, I definitely agree. And the times that we just go across the street to the mall and just walk around because it was no big deal. And now
Yeah,
we have to wear masks every time we go into a store. It's totally
yeah.
different from how things were just a year ago.
hmm Actually,
Yeah,
I have a question for you. Um, so because I was thinking about this one day about like what it's like, what it was like for us, our high school experience, ending really abruptly versus someone in the class of 2021
oh, for
who
sure.
like their senior year basically never started
Yeah,
in
like
person.
I was honestly thinking of I think once they start getting closer to their graduation, I want to plan to have an episode like that, kind of talking to those who are graduating this year and how their experience was. But like,
Mm,
yeah, when I think about
yeah,
it,
yeah.
I feel like some of them actually have closer friendships, because it's like, or
Really?
I'm not thinking of anyone in particular, but I'm like thinking how, so like with us, once we started going online, we were trying to like face the hard truth of who's actually there for us, who's not. But they got to realize that sooner instead
Mm-hmm.
of going all throughout high school with with more people that would end up not caring in like a few months or a year later. It's like they like
Mm,
got to see like their
yeah.
true friends sooner.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So like going into like the same point, would you rather, if you had to pick, like be a college freshman, basically, like
Mm-hmm.
be what you are now, be a high school senior, or be a high school freshman
Ooh,
during the pandemic?
that definitely not a high school freshman. I don't know, because I feel like I don't know. For
Really?
me, it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know why I'm like so opposed to it right now. Like in this very moment, I don't know why I'm so opposed to it. But like, because it's a new school, new environment. I mean, it's the same for high school and college. But you kind of expect in college that
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be as like you're not going to be buddy buddy with everyone in your graduating class. It's like you'll see the same people for that
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday class at 9:30. But that's basically it. And like you might not even make any friends in that class.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it comes to high school, you're especially at our high school, like we all like met each other and all that, but who knows how many of them actually talk to each other outside of school. Because there's not many opportunities.
Yeah. And are
Yeah,
we
high
talking about
school.
high school or college right
Yeah,
now?
like people at
Mm.
like say like middle college, it's because they don't really have that many opportunities to get to know others unless they're being bold and like, hey, like how are you doing and stuff like that. And trying to strike up a conversation
Mm-hmm.
versus kind of being forced to, you know, when we were all in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
between being a senior in like graduating 2021 versus being a freshman, I think I'd still take where we're at right now than being a senior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, same. Actually, initially when I like first thought about it, I was like, oh, I'd rather be a high school senior because we're in a like right now we are in a pandemic, but we are paying to be in online
Yeah.
school. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
they're
that's
not.
true. Yeah.
But the thing is that like I know it was so hard for the application process to apply for college was so hard, and if it wasn't for my friends like
Oh,
physically
for
being there with me,
sure. Oh
um,
my God.
like it would have been like so much worse. And I can't imagine what it's like for. I think the seniors just finished
Yes,
college
they
apps,
did.
right? So yeah, I can't imagine what that was like because I know I had to ask a bunch of questions. I'm like I asked Miss G, like,
Miss
yo, Miss
G.
G, help me, I don't know what to
Yes.
do.
Oh my God. Yeah. Um, because like I'm the first one in like my family to go to college, and my parents didn't go to college here in the U.S. So they didn't really know too much about or anything about like the just like applications for financial aid or um just like college apps in general. So it was like I definitely depended on that like Miss G's class and like all like my friends and stuff. Cause yeah, like and like you know how like on the financial aid like they asked for like stuff about like income and all that, and like I was just
Mm-hmm.
filling it out, and then I'm like asking my mom, and she's like, "What do they need to know that?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" But yeah, it's I can definitely agree that it was like very difficult for us um when we were applying, but I can't imagine how difficult it was for class of 2021.
Yeah, yeah. I had like a really similar experience. My mom didn't go to college, and my dad did go to college, but like when I was applying, like he wasn't really able to help me
Mm-hmm.
with any of it. Um, and so yeah, I definitely depended on like just asking my friends and like asking Miss G like how to do the FAFSA. The FAFSA is the worst
It
thing
really
ever.
is.
It's so
It
confusing.
really is.
I still haven't done it yet. I should do it soon. But like it was, I hated like doing it because I think there was like an option for you to just like for the I guess for them to pull information from the IRS
Oh
and
yeah,
just like
that's what I did.
automatically
Yeah.
put it. I couldn't do that for some reason. Like they wouldn't let me, so I had to like manually
Oh
figure it out.
no.
And I was like, bro, am I gonna get arrested for like if I do this wrong? uh, but
But
yeah,
yeah, like yeah.
but luckily like I know how to do it now,
Sort
slowly,
of.
kind of. So
Enough to get
yeah,
by. But yeah, I can yeah, this
yeah,
yeah, honestly like high school now I know it's like way different than when we were in high school, and I am just thankful that we did get like most of our high school years, and made like those
mm-hmm.
memories. But yeah, like going into our fall semester of college and like living at home, I don't know, for me it was low-key depressing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and also I know you mentioned earlier about like the chunk of time that you had like not really doing
Yeah.
anything. I had like a similar situation, except it was like in the afternoon. Because my classes would end sometime in the afternoon, like early afternoon, but then I had some time, and then at night I would work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like a normal person would do their homework or something during that
Yeah.
time in the middle, but my brain like just was not able to do that. So I wasted a lot of time just doing
Oh my God, me
nothing
too.
during that
Me
time.
too.
But then once I was done with work, again, a normal person would do their homework then. But I was like, oh, I've had such a long day. I've been doing stuff all day. So then I wouldn't get to it. And then fast forward to the middle of the
Were you
semester, I
just
was
like
super behind
cramming?
on stuff because, yeah, because like I don't know, like time management was surprisingly harder than I thought
Yeah,
it was gonna be.
definitely going into um college. And like since even though like we did have like some class like meetings or whatever, like for me like I was like always like a visual type of person, and like they were to write like if classes had on the board like oh what things that are going to be like turned in. I know all the classes like college classes didn't do this, but then at least I'd hear the professor
Mm-hmm.
say to us that oh yeah, make sure that like you guys check in on this thing. Once everything was online, you kind of just
Uh,
depended on seeing that notification from Canva. Or not Canvas. There you go.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God. Like, there were too many times that I was doing assignments at like 11:30 to get them done by 11:59. Too many.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I still remember doing a final. Was it a final or a midterm? It was one of those. It was one of those. But I turned it in literally at 11:59 because I don't know, like yeah, I turned it in literally at 11:59 and I was so scared I was going to fail that
Mm-hmm.
because it was an essay and I didn't have time to proofread or anything
Uh-huh.
like that. Um luckily I did get a good grade on it. I think it was like my
Oh, that's
best
what's
grade
up.
yet,
That's
and I was
what's
like,
up. The
what?
grind don't stop.
I know. I was like, this is crazy, but yeah, like that experience scarred me forever. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen again. Like I'm
And
pretty sure I'm gonna like do things last minute
and we just
still.
never learn.
Uh,
We just never learn.
I know. Yeah, I like that experience. Like made me learn. Like I don't know. I still think about it, so like it's had an impact on me. But I can't say for sure whether like in the spring whether that's gonna happen again or not. It probably
Yeah,
will
but is
though.
there anything that you I guess experienced this semester, or like I guess either like study habits or like what's most effective for you when it comes to tackling school online, especially since we just got finished with our like fall semester. Is there anything that you're kind of wanting
Mm-hmm.
to switch up for the spring?
Essential for the spring. Um, I mean, starting in fall, I figured out how to use Google Calendar, and that's been
Mm-hmm.
extremely helpful. Um, because like, not only do I like map out like here's my the times that I officially have class, but I also am able to do like I forgot the official name. Is it time
I'm not sure.
blocking?
But
Sure,
yeah.
time blocking, where like I block out periods of time where like I'm studying and like I have to study during like let's say 1 to 2
Mm-hmm.
p.m. And so I'm gonna continue doing that and like hopefully make it a more
Yeah.
consistent thing. Because like I always put my official classes on my schedule, but I didn't do the time blocking part where like to time block my study time or
Mm-hmm.
my whatever time. So I want to do that more often in spring. Um, Also, this isn't really study related, but I do want to like try to get involved in at least one
Okay,
club.
okay. Is there anything that you, or is there any club that you have your eye on as of right now? Or is there something specific that you want to like see if
Um,
there's any clubs involving something that you're kind of wanting to do?
in fall, I kind of joined the Vietnamese
Okay.
Student Association um, in like at Berkeley, and I was able to get a dig
Yay.
from that club, so that was great. Hi Dana, if you're listening to this. Um, so yeah, but so I've been talking to Dana for some time, um, but like I haven't really gone to any of this. I went to one meeting, but they had multiple meetings, so I want to get better
Yeah,
at
for
that.
sure.
Um, I was also thinking of joining Cal Dems, which is like the Democratic
Ooh,
Party
okay.
club, I guess, of Berkeley. Um, so yeah, and I also maybe want to try my hand at the Daily Cal, which is the official student newspaper
Ooh, shout out to Deadline.
of Berkeley. Oh
Shout
my
out to
god,
Deadline.
yeah, shout out to Deadline. But hearing from White Kelly, because she's in the Daily
Oh,
Cal right now as a
okay.
news reporter, it seems so much more intense than
Oh,
Deadline. So I'm a little scared for that, but yeah, because Deadline was like a magazine in the sense that like it
uh-huh.
wasn't that newsy, but at Daily
It's like
Cal it's like
official
it's an
news.
actual it's the official and actual news. So it's like there's more standards and stuff related
Oh, shoot, that's
news.
interesting. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah. How about you?
For me, going back to like things I'm gonna like change this next coming semester, definitely being more organized, yeah, for sure. And taking the time that I
Mm,
am given, you know, if there's a break or something, taking that more seriously than I did. Just because I was just like, oh, I can get this done later. Because Delta classes, you could kind of push things off till the day of, like being 100%. Like you
yeah.
could just push it off. And I kind of came in with that type of
Mm-hmm.
mentality, and that that really just like bit me right back. So, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know, but if you guys don't know that are listening, I was really into using my planner back in high school. Like I'd be like decorating it, and
Mm-hmm.
like I'd write down anything and everything. And I had like, I bought three different planners because I was thinking that the planner was the problem, but the problem was me. Being 100%, the problem was me. And yeah, I want to take it more seriously again because I feel like high school, even though it was like hectic at points, it was probably the most organized I've been. So I want to get back into that, take school more seriously than I did in the fall because I'm really trying to get into San Jose's nursing program. So definitely taking my courses more
Mhm.
seriously. And I kind of talk about this a lot on my podcast, but putting myself first because, like life doesn't stop even when you kind of like want it to in a way. And so like that comes with all like any type of drama that might come, you know. And I like even I know that I'm going to experience stuff like that. Like I don't want it to affect my school work and like my work ethic because there was points in the fall where like it really did like affect my study habits or affect when did I study because it's just like whatever was going on. So I want to like get back to because I'm doing school for myself, not anyone else, and I shouldn't be like stopping whatever I'm doing for other people, I guess, in a way. But yeah, just really prioritizing
Yeah,
myself and my
yeah,
time
definitely.
to what truly matters, which is school and getting to my career. But yeah, going into now non study related. Um, for me, I want to see if I could, yeah, also try to get into more clubs and stuff like that. The Filipino club that I wanted to join in the first semester, they weren't taking any new members. So like I didn't get the chance to get like
Oh,
a big or anything or like a line and I really wanted to because that was one of the only chances that I could socially make friends. Yeah. Anyone
yeah.
that I'm kind of, I guess, friends with came from like my classes. And since we're kind of advanced, do you have like more older people in your classes? Or are they like around
Um,
18, 19?
like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, in
Wait,
terms of
oh, in
age.
terms of age? No, at most they're like a sophomore because I'm taking
Oh,
intro
okay.
classes as well. So actually, wait, no, hold up. Except my Vietnamese class.
Uh-huh.
I took intro to Vietnamese, but there were
Oh,
some
yeah,
grad
same with
students
me in
that were in that
Tagalog.
class.
But yeah, like, cause at least for San Jose, they took a lot of my intro courses, so I didn't need to retake them. So I've been in classes
Mm-hmm.
with like juniors and seniors in college, and like
Ooh,
it's been
okay.
it's been
How's that
okay. I
going?
mean, they're not any different from other college classes that we did in Delta. If anything, they talk to me more than students at Delta talk to like other students. So it was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was
Yeah.
weird that when I thought about it, the only friends in college that I've made are older than me that like I've like actually talked to before, even if it was through class. But a lot of them are like,
Mm-hmm. Are they like
no, I
significantly
think
older or
youngest
like
is like
20?
19, but 20, 21, 22.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, wow, I want to make more friends my age or that are freshmen. So please, if you guys are listening, please hit me up.
Oh, please hit me up as well. I would also like to make more friends. I think I have like three.
But yeah, like
um,
making more friends, being more involved in like extracurriculars in school. Because I feel like for the both of us, we were really used to being into like clubs and stuff in high school. That was like a good chunk of like I guess like our fun times in a way.
oh, geez.
Not
Yeah.
everything, but like it was
The
the
fun
fun
was
was
questionable,
questionable,
but
but
okay.
we were all kind of heavily involved in extracurriculars and clubs. So hopefully, once I do end up joining like that Filipino club, because I want to do more, because I've always liked doing more for clubs and stuff. And then I feel like on the college level,
Mm-hmm.
clubs, I feel like they make more of a difference because they do events that give back to charities or um, nonprofits and all that type of stuff. Because like compared to like when we just
Mm-hmm.
like would do it to make money for our clubs, which is still a good thing, but to do something
Yeah.
even bigger, it was like that's something that I want to contribute to
Yeah.
because I feel like I could.
Wait a second. Did
No,
you forget about Key Club,
no,
the organization that gives
no,
back to
I
PTC and
didn't. I
MNT?
didn't. I swear. But like the Key Club
Oh,
days.
the Key Club
But
days.
yeah, like
But
doing
yeah.
more stuff like that because I didn't end up like doing stuff like being on board for Key Club because I feel like I don't think I could have done as well of a job as you guys have done in Key Club. I commend you for all
Oh,
your efforts.
thank you. I don't think I did that good of a job as Key Club president, but it's over now, so
But
whatever.
I could, yeah,
um,
it was
yeah.
really a
Oh,
time.
yeah.
But yeah, like just getting more involved for me and um, finding people who like the same stuff I do. Because when I started meeting people, even though they were like older or like, I realized that, like we could still be friends because we like the same stuff. And I feel like that's what really should matter, not
Hmm.
really age in a sense. Like, oh, you're not 18, I can't be friends with you or anything like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird.
but yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah. Once I graduated, I quickly realized that like I barely have
Oh,
I barely had a personality and hobbies because I spent so much time committing myself to like Key Club and all the other stuff that I was in. And so I was like, holy, how am I gonna make friends? Like I don't know if I'm
oh my
interesting
God.
by myself. Like
That's so
because I
sad.
yeah, and I've also like never been a rarely have I been a TV
Mm-hmm.
show or like movie binger. So it was like, what am I gonna
Oh
listen
yeah,
to?
yeah, I totally get that though.
um, yeah, I don't know, but I am like spending more time like just what is it?
Character development, yeah.
Developing myself and developing hobbies that aren't community service.
Yeah, no,
So
I totally
yeah,
agree with that.
I don't
Like,
know. Like
I mean, I didn't think I was, I like to say that I'm boring, but
okay,
whenever I say that I'm boring or that like I'm not interesting, I end up like someone ends up hitting me, and I'm like, what? So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I think it's hard. Like when you first get to know someone, usually the things that like you talk about are like your hobbies and the things you've been watching on TV and whatever. But like personally, I enjoy conversations more like these, where like we talk about
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
quote unquote deeper things. But like it's hard to get to this point if you haven't already
yeah, for
established like a
sure.
decent relationship with someone. Um, Not like romantic,
Platonic
just like a
relationship,
normal
yeah.
platonic relationship. Yeah, and that's what I was like scared of, like going into college, because I was like, am I ever gonna get to this phase where like we talk about what we want to do in college and our lives and whatever. Um, but luckily that hasn't been the case. My friends seem to like me. My new friends seem to like me, so
Yes, we love
go me.
thriving and we love making new friends. But like once I feel like once we start like actually going to college in
Yeah.
person, we're going to have so many more opportunities to meet people. I mean, it could even just be that day that we ran into a certain person. And that's probably like one of the only times that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the only times we'll ever see them again. But like, who knows? They could maybe be like the bridesmaid at your wedding. You guys could be as close as that. But it just takes the time to meet them or find these people that like the same stuff you like and vibe with you well.
Yeah, and I also think like
Yeah.
shared experiences are
Mm-hmm.
important in a friendship. Like even if like person for me, like even if I like the same things as another
Mm-hmm.
person, if we never do anything together, it's like
Yeah.
what is this? So yeah, so like shared. Once we can finally like go outside and not worry about dying, it'll be fun to like go out and eat or like watch
Yeah, for
shows
sure. Like
or
what
whatever.
um what are some stuff that you are either planning on doing once, I mean, other than like the school stuff and all that, like and clubs and all that, like what's some stuff that you want to do once you do live at Berkeley?
Oh my gosh. Well, this isn't like a Berkeley thing, but
Ooh,
I
okay,
want to go
okay.
see a concert. I've been to a concert before, but like that was one concert. I'd love to like go to more. I don't know. I just keep thinking about like the
Hmm.
our college like mutuals like who are like older than us, and like I felt like they were always like either at a concert or a rave or some
Yeah,
other
some
like
fun big
fun
event.
event. And like I wanted to go to a concert so bad, but like it's not happening now, obviously. But I would
Yeah,
love
for
to.
sure. Like,
This is over.
yeah, I definitely agree. Like seeing some like middle college alumni, like going to all these different events and stuff. I'm like, that's so cool. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, like, what is it? I wanted to go to a
Hmm.
rave. I'm not like a rave person, um, nor am I like an EDM music person.
Experience a
But like,
rave.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
like go and like experience it, and I was yeah, and I was so hyped.
Yeah,
But
rave
then
is
this happened.
definitely not a social distancing
Dang
type of
it.
thing. I mean, there have been like, or they've been doing kind of like the drive-in movie version of a rave where there's like, yeah, distance parking spots and
That's
there's like a
interesting.
DJ there or whatever. But you gotta come with like a group of friends because if you're going by yourself, that's gonna be sad.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
that
that
is
kind of
very
changes the
true.
thing because you're going
Very
with your
true.
friends. Cause so then it's just like you and like
Well, I
maybe
don't
your
think,
parents or something,
I
which
don't know how
is
my parents would feel about going to a rave with me, but
oh my god, yeah, no, they would never go to a rave with me. They didn't even go to the concert with me. The one concert that I went to, I
yeah.
went with a friend.
Um,
5:19 p.m. But
oh,
yeah,
oh my God.
and
Oh,
whatnot.
I accidentally pressed my watch. Oopsies. But is there anything else that you wanted to do, like even just like socially or?
Um, I definitely wanted to try a lot of the food at Berkeley because
Hmm.
Berkeley's famous for like having a lot of ethnic food. Um, yeah, and I wanted to like try them out with my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, socially. Um,
Just make more
I don't know,
friends.
just make more friends. Like just make more friends, eat some food, and watch and go to a concert. Like that's
Uh,
all I
Honestly,
want, I
like
guess. How about you?
I kind of agree with everything that you just said. For me, like one of the top ones is going to a rave. I'm not too well versed in all the EDM music, but definitely during quarantine, I've been getting more into like EDM, different like artists and all that, and I like the feeling, or like I like um I like how like the music would like race, and like sometimes like it would make my own heart race, and it's just like music just gives you that type of feeling sometimes, when you listen to certain songs. And like I'm just like imagining that like
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
blasting and vibing with people who are also having a really great time. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry,
Huh?
like there's
Oh
like a
my
bunch of
god.
stuff
No, don't
happening in the
worry. I don't
background
know
for
if
me, so
anything
I'm
has
sorry
been
if it
picking
like
up on
picked
my
up.
side, but hopefully not too much.
I don't I don't think so either. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like I think something like I don't know. I think it'd be better if you knew the music,
Yeah, you can
in a
still like,
rave.
yeah.
But I feel like you could still enjoy it nevertheless, just because of the like what you said, the
Yeah,
heart
for
racing.
sure.
That your heart racing when you listen to the music
Yeah.
is enjoyable in
Other
and of itself.
than going to a rave, since I am going to school also like in the Bay Area got a lot of boba places. I want to try some more out. Go on like a boba
Yeah.
crawl with like friends or whatever. That sounds fun to do and try different places out. There's like just the Bay Area in general, like San Jose, even like till like Berkeley, SF, like all those are like pretty close to compared to where we live right now. So like,
Mm-hmm.
like for us, it's like we take like an hour and a half to go to a trendy boba spot, or like, in the Bay Area that's really good, or get food like that's really good in the Bay Area. But when we live there, it's like 15 minutes away, 30 minutes away, and you can go with your friends all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the BART system I heard is pretty good. So like you could just like hop in a BART and then you'll be
Yeah,
at that, and
exactly.
there's like
Like,
so much
I just
to do
can't
in
wait
that gap.
to find people that I vibe with and can like go hang out with. And I think just, I guess getting to know more people, that's one of the biggest things I want to do once I do school in person and just like exploring the city of San Jose because I feel like in a way I feel like I kind of outgrew like home. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, just like
Oh,
Stockton in
Stockton.
general or like we
Mm.
got Lodi or whatever, but like it's not like we like that's not like our like hometown. But even just like starting to explore San Jose's campus, like SDSU, it was already so much like bigger and different
Mm-hmm.
because like it's more of like that city life compared to Stockton. So I'm really trying to be a city girl out here. But yeah, like
Yes, you
just a
got
lot of
this.
socializing and
Yeah.
obviously when things are still, there's still COVID, just and if even if there's like still some like precautions we need to take once we do end up living there, like as long as you're doing stuff safely with people you trust and all that, you know, like sky's the limit to what I could experience as a college student. I was about to say high school, as a college student.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also think that um like once everything does go back to normal, um like it'll be just like 30 times more exciting than your average freshman year just because like it's already
Yeah,
exciting in your like normal pre-COVID freshman year, but once we get out of this,
yeah, everyone's
everyone's
gonna be
pent up
excited to
energy for
hang
the
out
first
with
like
people
year
and
or
meeting
so
new
will just like
people.
explode. Yeah, and just like learning to not take things for granted because like no one would have thought last year
Oh,
that
definitely.
we'd be
Yeah.
in the situation where we're stuck at home.
Yeah, I can just imagine things being like so much better once
Yeah.
we reach our campuses and just explore because yeah, Stockton is pretty small and going to places that are like highly like or like they're more populated, I guess, or honestly just being surrounded by people who are your age like consistently. And yeah, and the
Yeah.
whole thing about like everyone's like pent up
Mm-hmm.
energy and just wanting to get out there. And now that once we finally get to do that, I think everyone's just gonna enjoy everything much more.
Yeah. Fingers
Oh
crossed
yeah,
that like
fingers
it's gonna be
crossed
sooner
tight.
rather than later
Yes.
that things will finally return to normal. I would hate to like finally start, like have it be quote unquote
Oh
normal
my
in
god, I'd
senior year
cry.
or whatever if people like, don't wear their masks
Yeah,
or don't
I'd
get
I'd cry if
vaccinated
if
or
that's gonna be the
whatever.
case. But
Yeah.
hopefully it isn't.
Oh my gosh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I know there's like transfer students who are like, you know, basically more at least half of their
Mm-hmm.
time at college, at a 4-year college at least, is gonna be at home.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Like
I'm so
I
sorry
know
to
like
hear that.
I feel like we're in a better position than some other people, but like all of our experiences are different.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as long as I feel like as long as we're all here for each other and like supporting each other no matter what, like despite not going to the same college or like not living in the same area, as long as like we're all supporting each other through these hard times, like nothing isn't possible. Is that the way to word it? I think or sky's the limit. Yeah, I think
Nothing
is
is
that what I
impossible.
is that the right thing to say? It's close enough. Yeah, sky's the limit
Close
as
enough.
long as we all
Yeah,
got
close
each other's
enough.
back.
Whatever.
But yeah, but with that being said,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
for sure.
Oh, you're gonna say something? Sorry.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, but with that being said,
no,
I
go
think
ahead.
like we've gotten a lot out there in this episode. Like a lot of character development, a lot of realizations.
Definitely a lot of like reflection and just like recapping
Very,
the
very
terrible
true. But
year
now
that
we're
was
in
2020.
2021 and we got I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but we got like 360-ish days to make the most out of the year 2021. And who knows, midway through 2021, we will be living our best life living in the Bay Area and meeting more people, making more friends, and we're just going to be thriving.
Exactly.
But yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I know Dr. Fauci said like March or April is around the time where like things can start opening up kind of normally again. Actually, wait, no, but then that was before we found out there was like
Oh
a new
yeah,
British variant
that's very
of
true.
COVID-19 that's
Yikes.
mutating.
But
Yikes. Okay, well, there's hope. There's
yeah,
hope for
there's
August,
definitely
which
hope
is
for
when fall semester
August.
starts.
So we just gotta keep looking towards the future and just
Yeah,
making the most out of our present. So yeah. Well, yeah. But with that being said, I
yeah,
think we'll
exactly.
wrap this episode up right here. Thank you so much, Karen, for joining me for this episode. Hopefully you had a really good time. Like, and
Thank
it's
you for
honestly been a
letting me
while since
join.
like we got into like talk this in depth about how our lives have been, which was honestly like this was really nice to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time since like I've yeah, it's been a long time
Yeah,
since we've
March-ish.
talked.
Or
I think
like
it's
I think
been
we
what,
kind of
March?
like with some of the deadline
March.
girls we like had a call one time. I think that was like the last time that you and I
Oh
had
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
talked
That's right.
in. Yeah. But it's just been a long time. But it's been honestly very
Yeah,
nice to
yeah.
talk
So
to you
it's been
and
a while.
hear your perspective from, from going to UC Berkeley and how things are there too. Like even though it's like kind of the same, it's like kind of different. But
Yeah,
it
same.
was really nice talking to you. And you want to shout out anything, any projects you got going on, social media?
Um, I'm not doing anything. But my Instagram is KUHREHN. If you would like to follow me, please do so. If you found my Twitter, no, you
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again, Karen, for joining me on this episode. If you guys like this episode, please let me know. I'll be posting this on YouTube as well. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, you're already here. Thank you. And if you guys want to comment any suggestions, if you want to be on this podcast, let me know. DM me at boba.baddie on Instagram and maybe we can make something work. Um, as I said, I'm streaming on YouTube as well as here on Anchor and on Spotify as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.